All right, good morning, guys. I've had a couple people reach out to me. Sorry, I just took a shower. Look at hot mess as always. I had a couple people reach out to me asking questions about Google Classroom. They have never used it before, so this is just a really basic tutorial on how it works. So once you create your account, it'll bring you here to your Google Classroom home. I have several classes set up because I pull different groups, and each group is working on something different. So I've got several different groups going on within mine. But what you'll do is you'll want to start a new group. So you'll click over here to make a new class. Once you click there, you'll name it. And so I'll name this my test class. And then if you have specific stuff that you want to put in here, so that would be like section. So this is like group 1, reading, and no room. Oh, did it make it? I don't think it made it. I think I hit the button before I was able to hit go. Let me try that again. So the only thing you have to put here is the name of your class. The rest of it is completely optional. So you'll just hit create, and what it does is then it'll populate for you. Once it gets there, it'll populate there we go. So here's your class that you start with, and this is the code that you'll give the kiddos in order for them to join the class. So what they'll do is they'll go to Google Class, and instead of clicking where we click create a class, they'll click join a class. And when they do, this is the code that they'll put in, and that's the code for them to join it. So once they put that in, it will add them to your classroom. You can also invite people if you would rather do it that way. So if you come here, you can add teachers and you can also add students. So you would add their email here, and what it will do is it will send them an email, and it'll say click here to join. And it's the same thing when you add a teacher. So you'll add them there, and then just make sure that you know that when you're adding them that they can change anything in your classroom. So they can they can edit just like you can. So right here it says teachers can do everything except delete the class. So I would not add parents as teachers. If parents are wanting access on their own to see what the kids are supposed to be doing, I would definitely add them as students, not as teachers. So then once you have your kiddos added, it'll come here to the stream, and this is kind of like your Facebook news page where you can kind of scroll through and see what's been done. So here you can make announcements, you can have conversations with students. You can also post like, go check in on our classwork, you have an assignment due on this day, that type of thing, and that's what shows up here. Once you are ready to start assigning things, if you go to classwork, this is where you'll create your assignments. It's not hard to do, it just takes a while to get the hang of it. So when you go to here, you'll choose the thing that you want. I always just did assignments, and then I would put it into the grade book. If I deemed it a quiz, I'd put it in like that, unless I was doing a multiple choice. So you can do here, this is where you'll put the title. So this will be test, and you'll put the instructions, answer all the questions on the, or answer all the questions. Let's do like that. Oh, is my phone? Yeah, my phone's okay. And then you'll hit create. And then what happens, this is create, is to choose what you're wanting to attach, because in order to have an assignment, you have to attach something. So I typically, make everything in slides. So if I go to my Google Slides, it will start a new assignment, and this is kind of where I'll plug in what I want to happen. But if I've already made the assignment, what I do is I come here and I go to add, and then we'll go to our Google Drive. And once my drive opens up, then I can see some of the past assignments that I've worked on, and I can paste that in. So let's see, I have to go all down really far because I have not made an assignment since the spring of last year. So let's see if I can find something. Those are not, I don't know where all my other stuff is. I have way more stuff than that. That's interesting. Seems some of my stuff is gone. Oh, so this is where you would add in your presentation, and kind of go from there. And oh wait, it might be, no, that's not right. I don't know where it's at. That's okay. So you would upload or you would add your attachments there. So like say I wanted to add my Bitmoji classroom. So this is my Bitmoji classroom. That's what I'm wanting to add. So I would click on it. I think we scroll all the way to the bottom. I don't know why it's not attaching. I'm not having a good day here today. There it goes. Double click it and it'll stick it in there. So once you've sent it out, normally what this assignment would look like is if I sent just this out and I just want the kids to kind of click around and explore my Bitmoji classroom and the links that are on there, I would send it just like it says right here, as students can view the file. When you're sending something that you want them to send back to you, like if you're doing a math sheet and it has multiplication problems and then under each multiplication problem, they're supposed to type the answer to the math problem, you have to make sure that you want to make a copy for each student. If you just put students can edit file, what it's going to do is it's going to turn it into a collaborative assignment, and anybody that goes in can make adjustments and it adjusts everybody's. So if everyone's working together, that's fine. But if you are wanting each student to turn in their own assignment, you have to make sure that you hit make a copy for each student. And then what that's going to do is that's going to populate the assignment. And then it'll, once the students log in, it will say, here's your assignment, and they can edit. And once they turn it in, it'll show up. Johnny turned in their copy of this assignment, and you would grade it that way. So you'll also fill in all of this if you are wanting for Google to grade stuff for you. It makes things a little bit easier, and it just kind of depends. We never use that for grading, so I just kind of left everything like it is. But you can add a rubric here. You can put a due date. You can change the points. You can assign it to specific students or all students once there's students added to your classroom. You can also add here, as you see, like once you go to create, you can add Google Forms, drawings, sheets, slides, docs. You can add any of those that you create. The Google Forms is cool because it'll grade it for you. So that's how you add an assignment. So I'm going to close here. If I was going to do a quiz, it'll populate it to where you kind of make the quiz yourself. So it generated a blank quiz. So I'll put the answers here. So you'll do like, you'll say answer all the multiple choice questions. And then you'll come down here and you'll start typing your questions. So you can do, I don't even know, I'm like drawing a blank because I haven't made any assignments in so long. So like if I gave them a book to read, then we can say, what was the main problem in the story? If I had them do like a digital resource, that's kind of what I would do. And I would type, you can do it in options. I have a lot of I teach, SPED, so a lot of my kiddos need multiple choice questions. So I would add probably multiple choice questions here, but you can also change this and you can do short answer where it's just a couple words, paragraph where they have to write a lot, check boxes, which means there's more than one answer, drop down, which is there's a bunch of answers they can choose. They can upload their file to answer, which is cool because if you want them to give you a verbal or a video response, if you hit upload file as an option, they can click and access their web camera or their microphone, and it will actually allow them to record a video and send it back to you. So that's a cool option. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can add. And then once they submit it and they've done it, then it automatically grades it and tells you what their percentage was because it has the answers here. And then I think that's pretty much it for Google Classroom. You can customize things. You can add a Google Calendar so the kids can see like, okay, these are the dates that everything's due. So mine leads me to my Google Calendar. And so it might have some of my work stuff on there, but you can create your own classroom Google Calendar. Class Drive folder, this is where you would upload any resources that anybody needs. And then you can also, like once you're back in your home class, you can see it says select theme, upload photo. You can customize all of that. You can add pictures to it. You can really do some fun things with it, but I only use Google Classroom for submitting and turning in assignments just because it doesn't organize it the best for my kids. For Gen Ed kids, it works very well because it is systematic in the way that it organizes it. But for my kiddos, it's a lot of stuff to sift through. So if we go like back to my classes, like if we go to, these are classes that I had in the spring that we went to virtual learning. So if you go here, you can see I only have my assignments on here. I do not have discussion questions or check-ins or anything like that because I did all of that through my website. And I'll show you that in another video. If somebody needs help creating a Google site, I can help you with that. But so this is just assignments. So it's just the classwork that I posted here. So my students would have to go to our website, like our Google site that we made in the fall. And once they went there, they would choose the subject that they're working in. So these are me and my two partners. We teach, like I said, resource. So once you go to the class, the students would select the group that they're in based on their level. And then, so reading group 2 is the group that I had open my assignments. So here I have the video lesson of me teaching the lesson, and then the link to the assignment. So if you click here, it will bring you right to the assignment that I did. So our students kind of worked off of this, just because it was easier for parents to navigate. It's easier for kids to find something. They just watch the video, click here, then turn in the assignment. It made it very simple. And we were all about how to get it easy for our kids and easy for our students. So that's kind of how we had stuff submitted. I know things will look different this year. We will be a lot stronger in our virtual ability, but that's just a really quick overview of Google Classroom. If you need any more help, feel free to reach out. I'm not an expert by any means. We learned trial by fire last year when we left on spring break and never went back. So I had never used Google Classroom before or any of these virtual things because I pull small groups all day. So it's kind of like I learned just getting in there and messing around. So if you need help or if you run into any problems, feel free to give me a call. And I mean, not a call because you don't have my phone number, but make a comment, find me on Facebook, and I can help out the best I can. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a great year. Bye.